Thanks for joining us for another Thursday night Niagara Broadsword Academy Advanced Lessons. Today we're going to go over some of Henry Angelo's drills that he has. Today we're going to be going over the first couple of drills in his poster, and thanks to Alicia for bringing this to our attention. And these drills are particularly good if you would like to participate in the Academy Duello competition that's going on right now. So, without further ado, here's a couple of Angelo's first lessons. So we're going to start with Angelo's first lesson from his poster. So we've got our sword ready here. Now we're going to start with a cut number 7. So we'll start on the inside guard in footwork position number 1. He doesn't recommend a starting position. We're just going to cut number 7 straight down onto the head. Then we're going to go back into St. George's guard, and then we're going to cut number 5, and then we're going to go back into St. George again. So that's all we're doing for the first lesson. I'll give you another shot from here. We're going to cut straight down onto the head, St. George, cut 5, and a hanging guard works as well. He says guard the head in the poster, so St. George or hanging guard both work equally well. Let's see it from the other side here. So here we are in an inside guard in our first position, in our feet, cut 7, St. George, cut 5, and a hanging guard. Let's do it a little bit better and speed it up a little bit. 7, St. George, 5, hanging guard. There we are again. And one more time for you. Oops, messed that one up. Let's try it better. And there we are, the lesson number 1. So now we'll be doing the second lesson in Angelo's poster, which is very similar, but there's a deception involved. So we're going to start in the same position, in the first position in our feet and in an inside guard. We're going to make a cut number 7 to the head, and we're going to retreat to St. George's guard to guard our own head. Next, we're going to step forward into second, and we're not going to lean forward or make any sort of attempt as we cut to the leg with a 1 or with a 5. The purpose is not to hit the leg, but to deceive the opponent. So in this case, a 5 makes a good, obvious show of cutting at the leg. Once we've made that cut, we're going to retreat again into St. George, and then we're going to step forward with a proper cut to the leg and back into St. George. So let's put it all together now. Inside guard in first position, cut 1 to the head, St. George, fake cut, St. George, true cut, St. George. Okay, let's try it one more time. So here we are in first, here. That's all it is. So we're going to go this way so that you can get another angle from it. We're in our inside guard in first position, cut 1 to the head, St. George, fake cut to the leg, St. George, true cut to the leg, St. George. Okay, and again, we're doing the fake cut to the leg horizontally, and we're not stepping forward. And then we're doing the true cut to the leg down in a first cut number 1, and we're stepping forward on that one. Maybe a bit of a lean as well to make sure you get it. Let's try it one more time. 1, and I've screwed that one up. Let's try it one more time. There. Alright, so that's Angelo's second lesson. Now the third lesson, and these 3 go together, so we're going to package them in a nice little package deal. And so the first, second, and third are very similar, just with slightly different additions to them. So the third one, again, starting in the first position, we're going to make a cut 7, back to St. George. Then we're going to make a false cut, back to St. George. Then we're going to make a cut to the leg, back to St. George, and a cut to the ribs. And so the addition of the cut to the ribs is the only thing added in the third lesson. So here we are again. Okay, and I'll give it to you one more time. Here we are. And so that's our third lesson. Let's see it from the other angle. Alright, there's Angelo's first, second, and third lessons for you guys. So you can practice those up, you can build one on the other, and then in the fourth he starts moving on to something else. So we'll just package those up for you today, and you can really practice those and drill them down. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about Academy Duello's competition that they're running. My recommendation to you would be to use something like Angelo's solo drills, because there's a historical precedent to be using those to be drilling on your own. So these are excellent things to be using on your own, and excellent things to be using in general, but also for this competition to demonstrate your competency. You can also select various difficulty levels, whether you're just doing the first lesson to make it very simple, or you're doing one of his more advanced lessons. You'll be able to find something suitable for your level that will both challenge you and demonstrate the abilities that you do already have. So that's what I would recommend for Academy Duello. When I'm looking at those videos, what I'm going to be ranking them based on for our beginner students, I'm really going to be looking into whether or not you have the fundamentals and making sure that your mind space is in the right space. Okay, so I'm not going to be giving a whole lot of credit to beginning students who try an extremely advanced technique when they don't have the fundamentals figured out, right? I'm more interested in beginning students taking those fundamentals and doing something that's fundamentally solid and good and demonstrating that they have laid an excellent foundation. So that's what I'll be looking for with those beginner videos. The more advanced videos, I will be expecting to see that foundation. So if someone is lacking that foundation, then they'll be discarded offhand. But I'll also be expecting to see something a little bit different. So if you're doing something, for example, from Angelo, I fully expect to see someone performing some of these lessons from Angelo, even at an advanced level. You should demonstrate that you have an excellent ability to do the forms properly, and that your footwork is good, and that your cuts are straight and good. The additional thing that I'll be looking for is something to the effect of a strong interpretation and an excellent understanding of the maneuver. For example, when he says to cut to the leg, rather than doing a cut 5 to the leg, leaving your whole body open, doing a cut 1 to the leg to expose a little bit less of your body. So that would be following Angelo's advice, doing one of Angelo's drills, getting all those fundamentals done properly, but then also adding to it with a little bit of advanced knowledge that demonstrates that you've laid that foundation and you've taken the first step. So that's what we're looking for in the videos. I look forward to seeing any of you guys on there if you're there. If you are there, drop a link below to your video and I'll take a look at it specifically. So this has been Broadsword Academy's Thursday Advanced lesson. I hope to see you guys soon.